The resin's flaking off the wood like skin from an old scar. I'm sitting in the driveway, staring at your car. I used to play the melody that kept your spirit high, but now the strings are snapping under this heavy sky. Oh, for the rhythm that we can't get back. Every time I reach for that high, sweet note, the ghost of your goodbye gets stuck inside my throat. You can't fix the word once the grain is torn. Can't find the rose when you're bleeding on the thorn. I'm drawing lines across the air where you used to be, but the silence is the only thing that's answering me. Put the case away, let the echoes die. Just a broken bow under a broken sky. Would you like me to suggest a musical genre or tempo to help you set these lyrics to a melody? The velvet lining's fading, empty wooden shell, a sanctuary silent where the holy music fell. I'm tightening a screw, but the grip just won't take hold. Like every silver promise that you turned to tarnished gold. Now it's just rosin and dust on my hands, tracing the outlines of all our ruined plans. The friction's gone cold and the song's out of breath. Just a slow, steady dance with a beautiful death. I'm sweeping up the pieces of a love I used to trust, leaving nothing behind but the rosin and dust. I remember how the floorboards used to tremble at your name before the stage went dark and we forgot why we came. Now there's white powder settling on the bridge and on the floor, a ghost of the vibration that don't live here anymore. It's the grit that makes the sound, or so the players say. But you took all the grit and you threw the rest away. Now I'm pulling at the air, making ghosts out of the grime, trying to bow memory one last godforsaken time. Yeah, it's just rosin and dust on my hands, tracing the outlines of all our ruined plans. The friction's gone cold and the song's out of breath. Just a slow, steady dance with a beautiful death. I'm sweeping up the pieces of a love I used to trust, leaving nothing behind but the rosin and dust. Out in the spotlight, gray on the floor. I don't wanna play this song anymore. The street lamps flickering in a rhythmic, nervous blur. Shadows of the person that you definitely were. My hands are shaking lately, I can't keep the rhythm steady. I'm bracing for the ending, but I'm never really ready. It's a tremolo in gray, a shudder in the light, the way your memory shivers through the middle of the night. Rapid fire heartbeats, a soft and jagged sound of everything we built just vibrating to the ground. I'm caught inside the past. static of this tremolo in gray. The coffee's getting cold and the sky is turning ash, waiting for the thunder after every lightning flash. That's how you loved me, in waves that came too fast. A beautiful vibration that was never meant to last. It's not a solid note, it's a million tiny breaks. It's the physical reminder of 1,000 small mistakes. Just a blurring of the edges, just a fever in the bone. The loudest kind of shaking when you're standing all alone. It's a tremolo in gray, a shudder in the light, the way your memory shivers through the middle of the night. Rapid fire heartbeats, a soft and jagged sound of everything we built, just vibrating to the round. I'm caught inside the pulse, the back and forth of stay, lost inside the static of this tremolo in gray. Fast and hollow, let it fade. Just the color of the shade. Tremolo, tremolo in gray. The theater's locked and the heat is gone. I'm standing center stage, just waiting for the dawn. I'm leaning into notes that I used to share with you, but the air is thin and frozen, and the seats are empty too. It's a vibrato for no one, a shake in the wind, the ghost of a feeling where the mercy wore thin. I'm warming up the silence with a heart that's out of tune, singing to the rafters and the cold and lonely moon. There's no one left to hear it, no one left to stun, just a lonesome vibrato for no one. The pitch is slightly sharp, like the edge of your goodbye. A frantic little wave underneath the laden sky. I used to hold the tone until you'd catch your breath. Now I'm just vibrating in the quiet aftermath. If a heart breaks in an alley and there's no one there to cry, does it make a sound at all before it starts to dry? I'm oscillating wildly just to prove I'm still alive in this hollowed out cathedral where the love didn't survive. It's a vibrato for no one, a shake in the wind, the ghost of a feeling where the mercy wore thin. I'm warming up the silence with a heart that's out of tune, singing to the rafters and the cold and lonely moon. There's no one left to hear it, no one left to stun, just a lonesome vibrato. Let the echo fail, let the trembling cease, give the lonely sound a little bit of peace. No. The tension's been climbing for 1,000 miles, hiding the fraying behind practiced smiles. I felt the steel thinning, I felt the wind bite, but I kept on pulling to get the pitch right. One last half turn, one more desperate plea to keep you from drifting away from me. And then the crack that stops the breath, a sudden sharp and silver death. The last string snaps and the music goes thin, letting the cold of the silence rush in. No more resistance, no more to hold. The story is finished, the instrument's cold. I'm standing here, holding the end of the line, while the rest of the world stays in It lashed across my knuckles, left a thin red mark, a stinging reminder of a dying spark. The bridge is lopsided, the neck's under strain. The only thing left is this dull ringing pain. I tune it back though, if there was anything left, but the wood is just hollow, a victim of thirst. You can't play an anthem on a ghost of a wire. You can't keep the warmth with a flickering fire. It didn't go softly, clock on the mantle is the only concussion. The rest is a dialogue of internal destruction. I'm moving through the kitchen like I'm underwater, a shadow of a husband, a ghost of a father. The tempo is dragging, the pulse is so slow. Since you took the rhythm and left me the low, it's an adagio for a ghost, a heavy weeping air, played on the keys of an empty rocking chair. Every step is a measure that takes a whole year, falling in time with a single cold tear. No grand finale, no light in the hole, just a slow motion heart as it starts to fall. The sheets are still wrinkled on your side of the bed. The I love yous are echoes that live in my head. I'm walking the hallway in a time-weary crawl, while your portrait watches me from the gallery wall. The world's in a hurry, but I'm standing still, bound to the pace of a broken down will. They say time is a healer, but time is the weight, the lid in the shoes of a cruel, lonely fate. It's the space between heartbeats that's killing me now, the silence that follows a final dark bow. It's an adagio for a ghost, a heavy weeping air, played on the keys of an empty rocking chair. Every step is a measure that takes a whole year, falling in time with a single cold tear. No grand finale, no light in the hole, just a slow motion heart as it starts to fall. Slow it down, further still, until the world is perfectly still. Adagio, adagio, The neighbor's kids are laughing through the drywall on the right, and the sirens keep on screaming through the belly of the night. But I'm turning down the volume, I'm sliding every fader, leaving all the sea assumes for a much lonelier later. I'm pulling out the cables, I'm cutting every feed, until the silence is the only thing I have to bleed. I'm tuning out the world just to hear your ghost. The one that lingers longest is the one I miss the most. I'm blurring out the colors and I'm killing all the light to keep your faded image in the center of my sight. Static on the radio, salt on the tongue, living in the echoes of the songs we never sung. The mail is piling high like a monument of grief, and the seasons change their clothes without a moment of relief. People knock on wood, but I don't answer to my name, since you took the oxygen and left me with the flame. I'm twisting at the dial, trying to find the frequency where you haven't walked away from me. The TV's just a flickering of shadows on the floor. I don't recognize the person walking through that door. If I go quiet enough, if I hold my breath just right, maybe I can slip into the static of the night. I'm tuning out the world just to hear your ghost. The one that lingers longest is the one I miss the most. I'm blurring out the colors and I'm killing all the light to keep your faded image in the center of my sight. Static on the radio, salt on the tongue, living in the echoes of the songs we never sung. Turn it down, further stay, past the city, past the hill. Just the white noise, just the hum, until I'm finally I'm dragging the horsehair across the silver wire, but there's no more heat and there's no more fire. The resin is caked like a winter's first frost, mapping the lines of everything lost. I'm pushing too hard just to make a sound, while the walls of this room come crumbling down. It's just friction and tears in the hollow of the night, trying to rub two ghosts together to find a little light of what is screaming is warped and the bridge is starting to lean, like a tired old man or a broken machine. I remember your touch was as soft as a breath. Now I'm playing this dirge for a beautiful death. The more that I pull, the more the strings fray, washing the gold of our memory to gray. If there's no resistance, and there's no song, but God, this vibration has been hurting too long. It's the heat of the struggle, the grit in the eye, the sound of a heart that refuses to die. It's just friction and tears in the hollow of the night, trying to rope two ghosts together to find a little light. The wood is screaming under the weight of the hand, a language of sorrow that I finally understand. Every long draw is a year of regret, a stinging soul melody I haven't finished yet. Feel the burn, hear the snap, falling into the silence just friction, just tears. I spend my days in a room full of cedar and pine, fixing the cracks in a life that isn't mine. I can reset a neck, I can glue up a seam, I can polish the wood till it reflects a dream. But I'm staring at the workbench, at the tools in the tray, and the one thing that's broken, I can't move or sway. Oh, it's the Luthier's regret, the bitterest part. I can mend a violin, but I can't fix a heart. I've got the clamps and the varnish, the steady cold hand to rebuild the beauty that the master had planned. But when the love is hollow and the spirit is torn, I'm just a man in a workshop, quiet and warm. You walked out the door while the glue was still wet, leaving a silence I haven't filled yet. I tried to restring us to find the right gauge, but the grain of our story had reached the last page. Now I handle the spruce like I'm holding your ghost, building shrines for the peace chisel to carve out the grief. No sandpaper fine enough to bring us relief. The sound post is shifted, the resonance is dead, and I'm haunting the workshop instead of our it's the Luthier of regret, the bitterest part. I can mend a violin, but I can't fix a heart. I've got the cuts and the varnish, the steady cold hand to rebuild the beauty that the master had planned. But when the love is hollow and the spirit is torn, I'm just a man in a workshop, quiet and warm. Put the tools back in order, blow the shavings away. The wood is still silent at the end of the day. Just a Luthier. There's nothing to say. The frost is creeping round the window pane, like a silver vine that's drinking up the rain. I'm sitting in the kitchen where the light is turning thin, while the wind outside is trying to get in. I pull the collar of your sweater around my neck, trying to salvage what is left of this shipwreck. And these are the strings of November, cold and torn, playing the lessons that the leaving finally taught. The melody is brittle and the rhythm is slow, like the first heavy dusting of a winter snow. I'm shivering in minor, just a ghost in the hall, watching the last of the golden leaves fall. We used to be a summer song, a bright and easy key, before the autumn shadows stole the air from you and me. Now the calendar is empty and the fire's burning low, and I've got nowhere left for these memories to go. Every vibration is a shiver in the bone, the sharp metallic sound of being left alone. December is coming with its blanket of white to bury the things that we broke in the light. But for now, I'm just suspended in the gray and the damp, like a flickering flame golden leaves fall. Let the frost settle. Let the song freeze. I'm down on my spirit. I'm down on my knees. November, November, just strings. The stairs are groaning under every step I take up to the corner where the heavy shadows bake. I found the latches rusted and the velvet smelling old, a story tucked in cedar to protect it from the cold. I dragged it to the center where the dust motes dance in light, a hollow wooden body that hasn't seen the sight of night. Now there's a cello in the attic. We've been all alone, singing through the floorboards in a low and heavy tone. It's the vibration of a ghost, the echo of a name, a deep and woody sorrow that no melody can tame. I'm bowing through the cobwebs, I'm playing through the years, drowning out the silence with 1,000 wooden tears. The resonance is different in a room without a bed, where the memories are boxes and the words are left unsaid. I remember how the C string used to rattle in your chest, back when we had a rhythm, back when we were blessed. Now the varnish is all cloudy and the enfine's lost its grip, like a sail on the railing of a sinking phantom ship. They say that wood has a memory, that it drinks in every sound, every whispered promise, every secret that we found. If I split the ribs asunder, would I find you over me. Deep in the wood, deep in the bone, just a shadow. I'm standing at the top of the ivory stairs, looking down at the mess of our tangled affairs. The opening chord was a bright open sky, but the weather is changing as the months go by. My left hand is heavy, my right hand is weak, searching for words that I'm too tired to speak. It's a minor descent, a fall from the grace, a slow motion blur of your beautiful face. Gravity's pulling every note to the floor as I walk through the rooms where you live anymore. Flatting the thirds and the sixths and the heart, watching the symphony falling apart. There's a dip in the melody, a bend in the light, a shivering cold that's beginning to bind. I tried to modulate to find a new year, but the key signature's written in salt and in fear. It's a downward spiral, a stepwise decline, erasing the R's and just leaving the mine. No sudden crash, no theatrical end, just the slow, steady break that we couldn't defend. Slowly more till the resonance stays under the weight of 1,000 goodbyes. It's a minor descent, a fall from the grace, a slow motion blur of your beautiful face. Gravity's pulling every note to the floor as I walk through the rooms where you live anymore. Flatting the thirds and the sixths and the heart, watching the symphony falling apart. Coming down the bass, a hollowed out sound in a hollowed out space. Descent. The architecture's perfect, but the wood is bone dry. A wooden canyon stretching underneath the kitchen sky. I used to feel the tension, the hum against my palm, before the storm moved inward and left this heavy calm. Now the strings are hovering, just shadows in the air, because the peace that held them up is simply never there. Oh, the silent bridge has fallen, it buckled in the night. The thing that kept the music tall has vanished from my sight. Now the strings are lying flat against the fingerboard of grief, a sudden jagged ending with no promise of relief, without that little piece of maple to carry every groan. The heart is just a hollow box, and I'm just alone. I'm searching through the carpet for a sliver of the past, something strong and sturdy that was ever meant to last. But a bridge is only held by the pressure of the soul, and when you stop the leaning, I lost all my control. There's no glue to keep it standing, no nails to keep it true, just the weight of all the melodies I can't play without you. The holes are like empty eyes staring at the floor, waiting for a resonance that don't live here anymore. You can tune the pegs to heaven, you can wax the body bright, but a bridge that's collapsed won't make it through the night. Yeah, the silent bridge is falling, it buckled in the night. The thing that kept the music tall has vanished from my sight. Now the strings are lying flat against the fingerboard of grief, a sudden jagged ending with no promise of relief, without that little piece of maple to carry every groan. The heart is just a hollow box, and I am just alone. Let the strings go slack, let the pressure die. The bridge is gone, and so am I. Silent, just silent. The resonance is haunted, the air is getting thin. I'm tapping on the spruce just to see if you're within. No bow across the silver, no resin on the sleeve, just a fingertip in darkness, too hollow to believe. I'm reaching for a frequency I know I'll never find, the ghost of every always that we had to leave behind. And I'll pluck in the void, snapping at the air, trying to find a heartbeat in a love that is fall away, like the words we used to whisper at the ending of the day. Every strike is frantic, every pull is way too tight. A desperate little rhythm in the middle of the night. It doesn't make a melody, it doesn't make a song. It's just a way of counting all the hours you've been gone. My skin is getting calloused, but the nerve is still so raw. I'm scratching at the nothingness, a victim of the law that says once the vibration stops, the music has to end. But I'm still here searching for the phantom of a friend. Yeah, I'm plucking the void, snapping at the air, trying to find a heartbeat in a love that isn't there. It's a sharp and lonely physical going through the room, like a hammer on a coffin or a needle on a loom. Just a short dead sound, then the silence starts to spread. I'm talking the void and pulling on a thread. Snap, and it's gone. Wood, and it's hollow. We went, I cannot follow. Just the void, just the snap, just the end. I'm standing in the hallway where the acoustics used to bloom, before the shadows stretch their fingers across our favorite room. I can feel it in my sternum, a low and steady ache, like a cello string that's vibrating just before it starts to break. The walls are made of memories that won't let go of the sound of the way your laughter used to make this house holy ground. It's a resonant grief, it's a ringing in the bone, the kind of sound that only happens when you're standing all alone. It builds inside the hollows, it echoes in the chest, a haunting frequency. what a breaking heart eventually does. Every footstep is a hammer, every breath is a refrain. I'm a sympathetic string just reacting to the rain. I try to dampen down the feeling, I try to kill the hum, but the louder I am silent, the more deafening it's become. The shelf is still vibrating where you kept your favorite cup. A frequency of leaving that I cannot muffle up. You can't tune it out and you can't turn it down. It's the ambient noise of a love that's run aground. It's the physical reminder that the air is still thin from the space you used to occupy underneath my skin. It's a resonant grief. It's a ringing in the bone, the kind of sound that only happens when you're standing all alone. It builds inside the hollows, it echoes in the chest, a haunting frequency that never lets the spirit rest. It's the volume of the vacancy, the thunder of the was. This is what a breaking heart eventually does. Hear it ring, hear it fade in the canyon that we made. Still ringing, still ringing. Grief. The right side of the piano is a frozen white expanse where the sunlight used to flicker and the melodies would dance. But the high notes feel like needles and the sparkle feels like lies. So I'm leaning to the shadows where the heavy water lies. My right hand's in my pocket, or it's clenched against my chest, leaving all the beauty and the trills to take a rest. It's a melody for the left hand, a low and lonely roll, the subterranean rhythm of a weary breaking soul. No silver-plated treble, no soaring bright refrain, just the thought 'cause the top of the keyboard is a place I cannot go. The bass notes have a gravity that keeps me on the floor, a resonance that understands I can't take anymore. I'm tracing out the root notes for the things we couldn't keep, a slow and somber funeral for a love that fell asleep. It's thick and it's nostalgic, it's a muddy, honest sound, the only kind of music that won't leave the frozen ground. They say it takes two hands to make a life feel whole, but I'm half paralyzed by the secrets that you stole. So I'll stay down in the octaves where the ghosts are loud and deep, with the promises I made you that I didn't get to keep. It's a melody for the left hand, a low and lonely roll, the subterranean of rhythm of a weary breaking soul. No silver-plated treble, no soaring bright refrain, just the thunder in the basement and the rhythm of the rain. I'm playing in the darkness where the deepest colors grow, because the top of the keyboard is a place I cannot go. Just the thumb and the pinky holding down the low, heavy, heavy, let it go. I struck the final hammer, but the sound refused to fall. It's hanging like a cobweb in the corner of the hall. I'm waiting for the silence, for the ever after peace, but the ghost of our last argument won't grant me release. The vibration hasn't settled, it hasn't hit the ground. I'm living in the middle of a never-ending sound. They're just notes suspended in air, caught between the breaths, 1,000 little heartbeats and 1,000 little deaths. They won't resolve to nothing, they won't fade into the grave. They're the I love yous and I hate yous that we never got to say, just a shivering of sorrow, a weight I have to bear, living with these notes suspended in air. The dust is settling on the keys, but the frequency is high. A sharp and jagged ringing underneath the kitchen sky. It's the resonance of leaving, it's the echo of the door, still humming in the floorboards and the shadows on the floor. I try to wave my hands through it to break the static line, but the rest beneath a quiet silver dome. But ours is just a fragment, a sentence with no end, the broken, hanging ghost of a lover and a friend. They're just notes suspended in air, caught between the breaths, 1,000 little heartbeats and 1,000 little deaths. They won't result to nothing, they won't fade into the gray. They're the I love yous and I hate yous that we never got to say, just a shimmering of sorrow, a weight I have to bear, living with these notes suspended in air, still ringing, still there, in a stabbing, in the prayer, let them fall. Please let them fall. But they're hanging above it all. I'm pressing down so hard, my fingertips are blue, trying to squeeze a drop of mercy from the thought of you. The nickels wearing thin beneath the pressure of the strain, etching out a roadmap of this deep and steady pain. I used to glide across the net like water over stone, but now every position feels like standing all alone. It's the weeping friend, the place where we went wrong, the jagged little hitch inside a once perfect song, a cold and metallic buzz, a shivering in the wind, the sound of the ashes when you're done with the fire. I'm sliding up and down, but I can't find the key that unlocks the version of you that loved me. The intonations of the wood is starting to warp. I'm playing a dirge on a heart that used to be a heart. Every time I reach for a note that's pure and high, I hit that rusted edge and the music starts to die. It's a physical rejection, a ghost inside the grain, a permanent reminder of the season of the rain. You can file down the that loved me. Hear the birds, feel the sting. It's a broken kind of thing. Just one friend, just one regret. Not over yet. I'm conducting a room full of shadows and dust, waving a baton, starting to rust. The brass is all tarnished, the woodwinds are dry, and the crashing's just the sound of a sigh. I count off the beat to a stage full of ghosts, to the one who stayed silent when I needed them most. It's an orchestral loneliness, a symphony of one, playing for the damage that can't be undone. 100 empty chairs and 1,000 miles of space, the echo of a melody I can no longer trace. No rising crescendo, no light in the dome, just the orchestral loneliness of an empty home. The violins are shivering in a cold minor key, like the way that your absence is shivering in me. The timpani's muffled, a slow beating war, telling the story of us falling apart. I'm looking for the harmony, the us in the air, but there's only the static of a vacant chair. Music is a conversation, or so I was told, a fire that protects us from the dark and the cold. But what do you do when the players all leave and you're left with the score that's too heavy to breathe? It's an orchestral loneliness, a symphony of one, playing for the damage that can't be undone. 100 empty chairs and 1,000 miles of space, the echo of a melody I can no longer trace. No rising crescendo. conductor's hands have finally dropped to his side. Nowhere left for the what if or why to hide. The score is covered in pencil marks and coffee stains, the residue of all our work and all our pains. We've played through the fire and the winter's deep freeze, but the pages are turning in a cold final breeze. This is the final movement, the end of the line, where your hands slowly let go of mine. The curtains are just a heart-shaped stage, empty and torn. No more encores, no more wait for the change. Just a beautiful song that's gone cold and strange. The lights are dimming, one row at a time. I'm struggling to find a reason or rhyme. Your silence is settling like dust on the floor, as I watch your shadow slip out through the door. It's a long slope to the back of the hall, leaving the music to echo and fall. We fought for the rhythm, we bled for the hook, but the ending was written in the back of the book. You can't stay in the bridge when the chorus is dead. You can't keep the living in a house of the reed. Yeah, it's the final moment, the end of the line, where your hands slowly let go of mine. The curtains are heavy and the velvet is worn, just a heart-shaped stage, empty and torn. No more encores, no more wait for the change. Just a beautiful song that's gone cold and strange. Shut the piano, lock up the case, leaving the memory, leaving the space. The movement the song disappeared.